Welcome to my video about vocabulary every Otome nerd needs to know. I provide the vocabulary in English and Japanese. The first part will be about genre-specific words not every beginner knows, and it took me some time to get through all those special vocabulary that almost feel like technical language. And the second part will focus more on Japanese words, especially words you meet in the Japanese game menu. So let's start with general Otome words. First of all, the main character is often abbreviated with MC, and in Japanese it's shujinko. Shujinko. They might also have an abbreviation. If you know, please tell me. And the characters you date are called love interests, or short LIs or allies, or even more slangy husbando. And in Japanese, I often see them just referred as characters, kyarakta, or kyara. And again, if you know any more slangy words, please tell me. The next is root. Root is what you call specific segments of the game, and you have either a common root and then you have the character root. In Japanese, we kind of have the English word ruto, and the common root is referred as kyotsu ruto. And you sometimes even only see the root symbol as a symbol for root. When you romance a character, you sometimes call it to capture a character if you succeed to romance them. And in Japanese, it's referred to as koryaku. Koryaku. That is also the word I type when I'm looking for a guide. In Japanese, I type the Japanese name plus koryaku to search for a guide. I think it actually should be like kyoryaku hon, like capture book. But I just see it referred as koryaku. So when you're looking for a guide, you might also look for a route order. It's recommended to play the characters in a specific route order, so you won't get spoiled at once. And in Japanese, I see this as koryaku osusume, so as a recommendation, or koryaku jun, as a route order, literally. You can also find route restrictions when a specific character is locked until you fulfill certain requirements, like playing one character or playing all the other characters before that specific character is locked. It also reminds me of the phenomenon called poster boy, because on many covers you only see one character, and that's often the one that is locked or that is considered the true root. So root restriction in Japanese is koryaku seigen. Koryaku seigen. And in order to get to this locked route, you are sometimes required to clear another route, so to get at least one ending with another character. And in Japanese, they also decided to take the English name and say just clear. Other more technical terms concerning the voice actors. The short form would be VA, or the most nerdy version would be seiyuu, what is the Japanese word for voice actor. Then we have so-called CGs. I'm not quite sure what it actually means. I guess it's computer graphics. Basically the pretty pictures you really want to look at. And here Japanese also decided to kind of go with the English word tsuchiru. If I pronounced this correctly, that's at least what I read. And another nice word to know is the word sugar content, describing how much theme, how much romance, how much mature romance elements you have, like kissing and more. And in Japanese it's also a literal translation of sugar plus like an amount, todo. So if you're looking for sugar game content, you could look for todo. Okay, those are the words I had some difficulty to understand first getting into Otome games and Japanese Otome games. I hope they're helpful so far. And if you know any more words or more slangy or funny words, please share them in the comments. Now coming to the words you actually encounter when you boot up your Japanese game. For some reason, many menus use English words because some Otome games have European settings, so it kind of makes sense. So we'll focus only on the setting part because that is very often in Japanese. So setting is called sette, kind of easy to remember, right? And then you often see the different skip options, the skip options, and they often are divided in kidoku, so only skip what you have already read, and kyose, skip everything, it's like compulsory everything. Then you also have the speed of the text, in many games referred just as speedo or sokudo. And another like technical intricacy is the size of the window, often referred just as text to window. Also some games have like the MC's face in the text box. You can often turn on or off, and that you'll find under the word heroine fesu. So very convenient that they use many English words. Often the voice setting is also completely in English. If not, you'll find it under onse. And another neat feature many games have is the love capture system. So a little sign that you know you chose the right choice. And that is called I for love and kyachi, so love catch. So, and now a fun little surprise ending with my 5 favorite romantic Otome words. Starting with Hiza Makuda, Hiza Makuda. And that's Hiza is like lap and Makuda is pillows, so lying on another slab. Then of course, kissesuru, to kiss. That's quite obvious. Then one of my favorite words I will never forget, oshitaosu, oshitaosu. That is to pin someone down. Very, very, very important word. A more funny word I didn't come across too often is sankaku kanke, sankaku kanke. And that's love triangle. I wish more Otome games had love triangles. And lastly, a word that describes one of my favorite Otome character traits, and that's dokusenyoku, dokusenyoku. It's to monopolize, or to be possessive about someone. Those are, of course, not all funny Otome words. I'm thinking about making a video about the most used Otome onomatopoeia, so stay tuned for this. And if you have more useful vocabulary or funny vocabulary that you met in your Otome games, please share down below. See you then, bye!